So today I'm going to be talking about how we can use M2 or falsetto to get even lighter. So we don't want to actually end up speaking in M2, but we will transition from M2 to M1, and we'll very slightly add just enough vocal weight so that we can sound full instead of sounding really hollow like this. So the idea is to just use the M2 as a way of telling us what extremely low vocal weight sounds like and feels like, and how relaxed it will be at a high pitch, and then using that as a sort of direction in order to make our normal voice be even lighter. You will need to be able to actually access M2, and it should be a very, very relaxed and light sound. So if your M2 sounds like then this probably won't help. So make sure that you can do something fairly relaxed and light like that, and it should be really effortless. It should be really easy to do. Alrighty, so all we're going to do is we're going to start off with a fairly relaxed, light, high-pitched sound in M2. And one way we can do this is by imitating like an owl hoot. So we'll go whoo, whoo, whoo. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to drag it down to a speaking pitch. And it will be probably still quite hollow. And this is when we add just a little tiny bit of vocal weight. So we're not going to get just like more airflow. Right? Instead, we're going to get a little bit of vocal weight. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to come back into M1 through adding this vocal weight. Now, you have to make sure that you are actually adding vocal weight and that you are actually coming back into M1. So if you're not transitioning into M1, you're not having like a full sound. If it still sounds like 1, 2, 3 like this, if it still sounds really hollow, then you probably haven't transitioned and you haven't added vocal weight. So make sure that you are. And one way you can kind of train this is by going down to a low pitch and getting like really, really very, authoritative, and that will help you get a little bit of more vocal weight. So you can try to get like a little bit heavier at a low pitch to remind yourself how to do it, and then apply it to where you want to speak. It will be easier the lower in pitch you go. So for example, that's a lot harder than doing So pick your pitch wisely. If you're having a lot of trouble adding the vocal weight, go lower. If you're flipping into M1 too soon, then like for example, then that means you have to go higher. It's all just a matter of balance, really. Alright, so now the full exercise. 1, 2, 3, and we can vary the amount of vocal weight that we add. So if we add a lot of vocal weight, it will be a very, very sort of heavy, obviously, voice, and will be fairly loud and clear. If we add only a tiny bit, 1, 2, 3, then we'll get like a really light voice, but we'll also be fairly quiet and not very clear. So we have to kind of like balance between adding enough vocal weight that we actually sound full and adding too much vocal weight and sounding too heavy. So it's just a matter of like trying different things and seeing what balance you strike. And yeah, just make sure you're in M1 and make sure it sounds full, and you can keep sort of using this as a way of like, let's say you're a little bit too heavy, and so just remember that like you can be really, really light, like in that really high pitch falsetto or M2, and you can just kind of like let it relax like that, let it go really, really light, and you can use that as a way of reminding yourself to stay light in normal speech. Alrighty, so have a play with that, and I hope that helps, and I'll see you on the next one.